What's your interest? Is it for the backslider to perish? What he did affected you. What he did affected your personality. And he's a backslider. What he did affected your family negatively. What he did affected your temporal joy, happiness. Okay, because of that thing the backslider has done, would you prefer him to perish because of that? How much did you suffer from what he did? Maybe you suffered 1 hour, 1 day, 1 year. You want him to perish and suffer 100, 1,000, 1,000,000 years, forever and ever, because of the way you felt unhappy with what he did. Save a soul. Don't let them perish. Forget how you felt and forget what he has done to you. He shall save the soul from death and shall hide and cover and bury a multitude of sins. Increasing the body as at the beginning. Increasing the body as at the beginning. That's fellowship. That's how we know a fellowship. And when we started house caring fellowship in our church in the 80s, about 40 years now, and when we started, they were increasing. We had real fellowship. The people, there was no fear, there was no envy, and there was no lying, and there was no leave me alone, and there was no obstinacy, there was no warfare, there was no strife, and there was no hatred, there was no hypocrisy, there was no insincerity, there was no pride. We just loved one another, and the house fellowship then increased. And it's saying a fresh fellowship, a full fellowship, a faithful fellowship is now brought back. It will bring the increase in the body as at the beginning. And then P, it's prevailing together as brethren. Prevailing together as brethren. And as they were persecuted, they all came together and in fellowship, and they prayed with one accord. And the power of God came down afresh, and the apostles gave witness to the resurrection in the power of the Spirit. Fellowship is coming back again. And you have responsibility. I have responsibility. You must forget yourself, and you must remember others and see what you contribute sacrificially, that the fellowship may be real, the fellowship biblical, the fellowship refreshing, and the fellowship caring for one another, and the fellowship totally obliterating and totally canceling selfishness or self-centeredness. I pray everything we've heard will bear fruit in every heart in Jesus' name.